We are pleased to be releasing the Trustworthiness Framework Foundations document, which outlines key concepts and considerations related to establishing trust. Trust is about having confidence that someone or something will behave as expected, that a system will do what it is supposed to do and not other things. For example, we trust that an industrial control system will not harm people or the environment. Trust can be established by having assurance that important expectations will be met, with evidence as part of that assurance. With the advent of digital transformation, the use of computer technology in almost everything, and the highly interconnected nature of our world, the risks and concerns are elevated, and establishing trust remains important, but requires more careful understanding of systems and the characteristics that matter. At the IIC, we have defined trustworthiness as the basis of establishing trust, defining it in terms of 5 key characteristics: security, safety, reliability, resilience, and privacy. We have identified these key foundational characteristics as having clear consequences and requiring consideration as a basis for trust. The trustworthiness characteristics are not the only factors that matter. For example, accountability is an important aspect that cuts across all of them. Similarly, quality is important. Many other aspects support the trustworthiness characteristics, but the ones we identify are fundamental. We believe people need to take into account these characteristics for a system from conception through architecture, design, operation, and decommissioning, with respect to the environment, hazards, faults, and active attacks. A holistic view is required with appropriate trade-offs for the goals, missions, risks, and concerns of the organization. These characteristics relate to one another and the system as a whole, so need to be considered together. For example, security can impact safety, and safety concerns can drive the design of security controls in an industrial control system. In the Trustworthiness Framework Foundations document, we detail these concepts and definitions and emphasize that to achieve trustworthiness, top management support is required to make a trustworthy culture and provide financial and operational support of all the organization for all of the characteristics. We also explain many considerations of making trustworthiness effective in a variety of circumstances, including software and the use of supply chains, for example.
Why do we need trustworthiness around these 5 characteristics? Modern industrial systems combine physical operations and information technology, especially if they are connected to the internet. But both sides have different fundamental requirements. Safety, for example, is essential for all type of operation which affects the physical world, preventing potential damage to humans and the environment. In a similar way, resilience may permit, in the case of an incident, the continuation of the operation and prevents damage to the system. The financial management of the system is primarily interested in a successful running system, which means having the demand of high reliability. On the other hand, with information technology and the connection to the internet, cybersecurity requirements are extremely important, and with more and more human-related information in the industrial system, also privacy becomes more and more a significant factor. But during the design, installation, and daily operation of an industrial system, security and safety requirements, for example, can quickly lead to conflicts, which needs to be addressed in a holistic way, satisfying all parties. The concept of trustworthiness will help to see such conflicts and create practical solutions. Different departments with different goals are no longer seeing these 5 characteristics in a separate world. But now, with the overall model of trustworthiness, they are able to design, install, and operate a system in a predictable way, having at the end an industrial system which is trusted by everyone.
So managing the trustworthiness of your systems is going to be an iterative cross-organizational effort. You need to engage both upper management as well as operations to bring together all the aspects and pieces and not have stovepipes of different activities. This document discusses a system view of trustworthiness, but also the system of system. And so those different concepts need to be considered. The life cycle of systems is also a key part of this, as the different components need to become together to become your system. The supply chain of those components is also a key part of this, as supply chains not only have hardware, but also software now. And so visibility into that supply chain has been only focused in hardware with bills of material, but you need the same thing for software. You also need to address things about authenticity, integrity, quality, and the effectiveness of your systems. So the methods of trustworthiness, how to monitor it, how to measure it, how to gain assurance about trustworthiness are all covered in the paper, as well as the idea of assurance cases to bring that evidence together to make the story about why the supply chain is providing the right elements to make your trustworthy system. So we'd like to invite you to join us in working on systems that are trustworthy, what it means as IoT systems become more pervasive. We offer 11 principles of trustworthiness in the paper, but the door is open for you to help us make it an even better document as we try to shape the world into a safer place.